Honorable Committee and all the participants that I respect, Om Swastiastu. I would like to say thank you for the time that has given to me. My name is Alitha and I would like to deliver my speech about the socio-economic effect of COVID-19. COVID-19 first emerged in December 2019 in Wuhan city of Central Hubei province of China. A series of more than 25 cases of pneumonia of unknown etiology was initially reported, and large numbers of those were vendors and dealers in the Huanan seafood wholesale market. Chinese authorities, along with the World Health Organization, or WHO, started working on it and established a new virus as the novel coronavirus, or 2019 nCoV-2. On 11 January, China announced its first death of a 61-year-old man exposed to be working in the seafood market by COVID-19. Meanwhile, the infection spread across the world at a rapid pace, and the accelerative pace of its outspread across the globe forced the WHO to declare it a public health emergency of global concern on 30 January 2020. On 11 February, World Health Organization announced a name for the new coronavirus disease, COVID-19. So on 11 of March, WHO declared COVID-19 a pandemic, as by then the virus was spread over 114 countries. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in over 4.3 million confirmed cases and over 290,000 deaths globally. It has also sparked fears of an impending economic crisis and recession. Social distancing, self-isolation, and travel restrictions have led to a reduced workforce across all economic sectors and caused many jobs to be lost. Schools have closed down, and the need for commodities and manufactured products has decreased. In contrast, the need for medical supplies has significantly increased. Service industries such as tourism, hospitality, and transportation have suffered significant losses due to reduction in travel. In addition to marked health inequalities, especially in countries without universal health care coverage, the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic will be heterogeneous across the country's income distributions. For example, office workers are more likely to transition to flexible working arrangements during the restrictions, while many industrial, tourism, retail, and transport workers will suffer a significant reduction in work due to community restrictions and low demand for their goods and services. Global financial markets have been heavily impacted by the effects of COVID-19 spread. In Bali, when the Indonesian government declared a state of emergency due to the global coronavirus pandemic, it announced it would ban all foreign nationals except for diplomats, permanent residents, and humanitarian workers from entering the country. Many of Bali's 4 million residents have been relying on the tourism industry for generations, but with people staying home due to the coronavirus travel restrictions, its residents are struggling. A tour guide in Bali said that the coronavirus has collapsed the Balinese economy. It's been a steep drop since the middle of March 2020, when social distancing measures were put in place. Economically, it's currently much worse than the Bali bombings and the Mount Agung eruptions. Now the bustling street vendors have shut up shop. With many hotels closed, thousands have been left to grapple with the new reality. 80% of people in Bali rely on tourism, whether directly or indirectly. To restore stability to the economy, which is declining in Bali, the government can actively do several ways. We can see the way of the United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates has opened its tourism, where the tourists were given free antigen swab tests and a free hotel for isolations. I have seen several hotels in several provinces in Indonesia already doing that, and that's a good way to start with to stabilize the economy. However, we do not have to rely on tourists who come from outside the region. Bali can also develop its agriculture. We can develop small industries such as andak, Balinese souvenirs, and Balinese food as an economic stabilizer. Even though this solution may not have much impact on economic problems, we can still do this as a form of caring for the economy in Bali. Activity and negatively impact manufacturing and service industries, especially in developed countries. I expect that financial markets will continue to be volatile. There is still a question as to whether this unfolding crisis will have a lasting structural impact on the global economy or largely short-term financial and economic consequences. In either case, communicable diseases such as COVID-19 have the potential to inflict severe economic and financial costs on regional and global economies. Because of high transportation connectivity, globalization, and economic interconnectedness, it has been extremely difficult and costly to contain the virus and mitigate the importation risks once the disease started to spread in multiple locations. This warrants international collective action and global investment in efficient development and distribution, as well as preventive measures including capacity building and real-time surveillance and the development of contact tracing capabilities at the national and international levels. As outbreaks of novel infections are not likely to disappear soon, proactive international actions are required not only to save lives but also to protect economic prosperity. I hope the government can solve this problem well and quickly give patience to society. Not only that, but I also hope that society's participation in following health protocols so that this pandemic will be end soon. Thank you.